Hey guys, so today I am going to be reading a story I'm posting on Wattpad. I'll try to leave the link below when I figure out how to do so. And so this is the story. Ruby knew her father wasn't exactly thrilled with the idea that she would be marrying Drake, son of his worst immortal enemy. But she wanted her day to be perfect. Everyone she cared about would be there. She sat still as her sister Mal helped her with her hair. She would wear it in an updo, whoops, I have to fix that, with beautiful ruby gemstones. "You're going to look so perfect," Willow exclaimed. She beamed at her older sister in admiration. "We're going to make sure this is the perfect day." "Thanks," Ruby blushed, although there was one thing missing, or should I say person. "Where is Coco, the maid of honor?" Willow gulped. "She'll be here. I'm sure she's on her way." Ruby stepped into her purple-styled cupcake dress with dazzling sequences. Willow carefully helped Ruby by carefully placing the amethyst crown on her head as Mal slipped the black stilettos on Ruby's feet. Mal held up the mirror so Ruby could see her hair. "Oh my goodness, I love it!" Hades hooked his arm around Ruby as he carefully led Ruby down the aisle. Hades scowled, as if to say this was the last place he wanted to be. "Dad, I know this is hard for you, but thanks for this," Ruby said coolly. Inside, her heart was breaking. She looked around, and there was no trace of Coco anywhere. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry for Ruby, even though I wrote this and I know what's happening, but I'm gonna cry for Ruby. She's my heart, she's my world. She didn't know how her twin sister could do this to her. Ruby gazed lovingly at Drake as they recited their vows and leaned in to kiss one another. It says each other, not one another, but whatever. The huge golden double doors of the temple swung open. "Not so fast," spoke a familiar voice. Ruby turned to see Drake's dad, standing there and scowling at her. "I did not give you permission to marry my son." God struggled to grab him as he backflipped onto the stage, knocking them out with his foot. Okay, with the swipe of his hand, he grabbed Ruby's crown and snapped it in half as he tore her dress to rags. Poor Ruby. More guards charged at him. He ducked. I should have put a comma there. He ducked and rolled past them, tripping them with his sword. I don't know how you trip someone with a sword, but okay. He grabbed his son by the arm and tugged him out of the room, ruining all the decorations on his way. Tears would stream down Ruby's face as her perfect day had turned to one of the days of her worst nightmares. She stormed out of the ballroom and stormed down the hall, running up the stairs and plopped onto her bed. "Ruby!" Willow panted out of breath. "I'm sorry." She took a tissue and gently wiped her sister's eyes as she held her hand with her free hand. "Oh, Ruby, it's not like we didn't know that this was a possibility. Although, nevertheless, it's still terrible." Oh, I forgot to closed the commerce later. Coco didn't even show up. More tears would stream down Ruby's face as she talked about the absence of a twin sister. She was too busy with her dance recital to be there for me. I guess this is payback for missing that one recital. It was her first recital. I know, but I've been there for every other recital. But for her to turn around and do this to me years later, it is just petty. Swift, Ruby's 5-year-old daughter, ran up to her mom and plopped herself on the bed. Mama, it'll be okay. Okay is the equivalent of okay in baby talk. She insisted as she wrapped her tiny hands around Ruby's leg. Mama, me love you, meaning I love you. Me sure Dada will be here later. Ruby ruffled her little girl's hair. Her sweet little Swift made everything better. She was Ruby's world. Her child was everything to her. Maybe today wasn't a perfect day, but she was surrounded by the people that she loved, and that was all right with her.